Welcome to Relationships. Today we're going to talk about building relationships. Why is this important? It's important because have you ever thought to yourself, or if you can relate to the following, I know what I want, but why is it wrong? Why do I keep falling for the same jerks or jerkettes? Am I really blind or just not seeing beyond the physical appearance? Why has my partner changed? How did I not see this coming? There are a lot of unanswered questions once you get into a relationship, and you find that you're encountering a lot of things that you weren't expecting. Love is blind. So you may think with your heart. Jerks come in different sizes and different genders, different packaging, and they have several characteristics that they share. Some of them are boundary breakers. They really don't have a sense of healthy boundaries. They're space invaders. They take up a lot of your time. They also tend to be a little bit more selfish, where their needs come first before the person that they're involved in. And the person they're involved in may be someone who is really kind and caring, so they really don't notice that their space is being invaded. They also lack an emotional balance, and they can go from really immature and emotionally turbulent or flat and unresponsive, or they could swing to the total opposite and have no emotion whatsoever. They also seek a fast paced relationship and want to move forward pretty quickly. It's important to use your head knowledge. Find out about their family background. Find out about their attitudes and actions of conscience. How do they behave when no one is watching? How compatible is this person with you? What is their behavior around other relationships, other friends, other family? What skills do they have in relationships? Are they able to communicate? What sort of relationship bonds do they have? There are healthy and unhealthy bonds. One example of building a healthy bond is known as an acronym of know, trust, rely, commit, and touch. The opposite of healthy looks like idealization, identification, even a self fulfilling prophecy. So, in order to move on to a healthy relationship, you have to know the person. And the relationship attachment model, known as RAM, builds upon these four, five examples. So, you have to know the person, you have to be able to trust the person, you have to rely on the person, you have to be committed, and there's also touch. So you can't move on to the next level without first having experienced the previous level. So you might know someone, but you wouldn't want to immediately trust them because it would be incongruent to do so. Some people move from knowing the person to the extreme of touch, which would be sexual intimacy. And so there is some incongruency. They skip all of the others: trust, reliance, and commitment. So their attachment is an unhealthy one. So there's a formula, the no quotient. So to know someone, you have to have some sense of intimacy with them. So intimacy equates talking, togetherness, and time. This could also be referred to as maybe quality time. So when you meet someone, you have to be concerned about saying too much too soon or maybe not saying enough. You definitely want to deepen your communication, but that comes with time. There's also the chemistry trap. In the chemistry trap, you're really taking in with the person's exterior appearance that you're having a hard time really really seeing the red flags because you're just so enamored with the outside that you can't see what's on the inside. So there are different types of openness when you start to share information. There's an observation and facts. So you're going to want to see what the person is actually doing compared to what they're saying. You want to bring them around your friends and find out, how they behave around them. What do they have to say about the person that you're dating? And also, what are their experiences and how did they react when they had these experiences? And also, what are their needs and how do they respond to relationship needs? Relationship skills, those are really important. You have self-disclosure. How much are you disclosing about yourself, or how much is that person disclosing about him or herself? Are they reciprocating? There's a give and take in every relationship. Are they doing all the taking, or are they doing all of the giving? Congruence. What they're saying and what they're doing, do they match? How about listening? Are they listening, really listening to what you have to say, or are they just dismissing whatever is on your mind and not really there when you're speaking to them? How do they behave when there's a conflict? How do they resolve any sort of issue that may arise? How about mutual assertiveness? Are you able to speak freely with this person? Is this person able to speak freely to you? What about mutual respect? Do you have respect for each other? How do they treat others? How do they treat people who are higher up than they are? How do they treat people who are lower than they are? Let's say, how would they treat a subordinate? How would they treat a waiter, a waitress at a restaurant? How would they treat the cleaning person? How would they treat their supervisor? And then there's the question about the in-laws. So there's a saying that says when you marry the person, you marry the family. So how is their family structure? What are the family connections? What is their circle of closeness? Because family connections carry over into adulthood and marriage. What sort of attachment did this person have when they were a child? Attachments learned in childhood carry over into adulthood. And we could take a look at attachment theory, which tells us about secure attachment, insecure attachment, anxious ambivalent attachment. What sort of attachment does this person display? Family connections. How close are they to the family? And how open are they when you go around the family? Are they open, honest? Do they express emotion? Are they flat? Are they arguing? How involved is this person with their family? How about modeling? Is this person modeling the behavior that they saw in the same-sex parent? Let's say if you're female and you're dating a man, how is their relationship with their father? What sort of role model was the father in the family? If you're dating a female, what is her relationship with her mother, and what sort of example did her mother set for her? What type of role model is she? And these are issues that you're going to want to examine, because at the end of the day, you may say, oh my God, who did I marry? It's important to examine the person's conscience. So you're going to want to find out, is this person guided by any sort of moral code, ethics? Because the person's behavior can lead to trust or mistrust. A lack of conscience is known as a sociopath. So the conscience is self-monitoring when no one is looking. How is this person behaving? Impulse control also comes into play. A well-disciplined conscience is going to help with impulse control. So I hope these tips have been beneficial to you and assist you in making the right choice in a mate. Thank you.